Yo, Grand Rising. Oh, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and listen to my vlog today. As always, I love to either start or end my vlog on a positive note. And I would like to say your joy and happiness belongs solely unto you. Stop giving your joy and happiness away to undesirable people. Because with your joy and happiness together, that creates a level of your sanity. And we all know how it is once we lose that level of sanity. We lose our cool. We typically allow someone else to control us, shape us, and move us in a way which causes us to respond or react in a negative manner. So keep that in mind. Do not allow your joy and happiness to be dispersed to other undesirable people. And on that note, let's go hop right into the conversation. So the topic of the day. And I thought for 1 minute I would not have to come back to to this topic again. But yes, you know what it's about. You've already spotted the caption. R. Kelly. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse for this guy. But in this case, this is obviously bullshit. That's what it is. So Jocelyn Savage. Yeah. You remember Jocelyn. Yeah, Jocelyn is the supposedly girlfriend of Kelly. Now, ever since he first went in, Jocelyn Savage stuck beside him now. She had ample opportunities to come out and just be, truthful about what really happened. But she stated that none of those things ever happened to her. That it wasn't true. And she stuck with R. Kelly all this time until recently. Now, boy, So I came across the article that was I believe it was in my Google feed. So I kind of looked at it and I was like, R. Kelly money must have ran out. And now Jocelyn Savage is coming forward saying that she's now a victim. Why doesn't it surprise me? Moreover, she posted up on this Instagram page. I'm guessing it's her Instagram page. I don't know. But she is telling her story. But if anyone wants to hear her excuse, now, because you know what? Look, this is the thing, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a whole lot of Me Too females coming out the woodwork saying, "See, Even she's admitting it finally and whatnot. Look, this doesn't have anything to do with a man committing a crime. This has everything to do with sucking the finances out of a man that is, he's locked up. So it's not it's really not a criminal. It's really not a criminal case. It's civil. If you really think about it, it looks like a civil case. Because when they came out with this bullshit ass documentary, I turned around and I looked up why these hoes on stage, on some MTV award stage, receiving an award. They do anything for clout, huh? That shit, look, let me tell you something. If you really and truly have psychologically been damaged, you've been hurt, you've been abused, I don't know of one woman who's going to try and monetize off of her pain and suffrage. To say, you know what? Yeah, I'm willing to tell my story. You know what? This just goes to show, this just goes to tell you that people will do anything for money. People will sell their own children for money. People will sell their own soul for money. People will even go to the extent of throwing one of their own people under the bus for something that they know deep down inside it didn't happen. It didn't happen to them. Jocelyn Savage is now telling her story, but this is the catch. The only way you can read her story, you have to go and sign up for this, what is it called? Patreon. Yeah, you go and sign up for Patreon. You got to pay in order to read her story. Like, are you? So the funny part about this is going to be the multitude of shallow-minded, docile, weak females that happen to be black are going to go here, pay. That's going to go here and pay to read this shit. Not logically thinking on their own. You had the opportunity to address this. You had the opportunity to talk about this shit. But you didn't. You didn't. I guess, and honestly, this is what I honestly believe. My gut tells me the money ran out, because the whole entire time R. Kelly was in and out of jail. Now he's in, for a longer period of time. The whole entire time she was just going out. She was going out. She was having her own nice time. She blowing money. She blowing money like she got it. But her parents still running their mouth talking about, we want to see our daughter. We want to see our daughter. We haven't heard anything from our daughter and this, that, and the fifth. I'm just like, look, you know what? I'm led to believe that this shit was a ploy. I'm led to believe that this whole thing was a ploy to see, damn, how much money can we get out of this fool? So now I'm wondering, she done probably, evaporated all of the funds. So it's like, okay, it's nothing there. You pretty much, you spent all of the money that was actually there for you. So now there's no more money. Now you want to come out of the, you want to come out the closet and say, oh, I'm a victim. But all this time you were spending money, your parents going on public TV crying about what they haven't seen you, they want to see you, why you won't come home, and this, that, and the fifth. Look here. All that shit is just a goddamn ploy. All of that shit is a ploy. It has to be. You know? And I'm wondering, I'm like, okay, well, you got all this money. Where the fuck you going? Moreover, who in the fuck gonna sit up there and sign you? Who's gonna sign Jocelyn Savage? The female who is willing to do whatever it takes to get money. Because, I mean, shit, who's going to be gullible enough to sign her? Oh, well, you know what? I take that back. There are plenty of record labels that are out there that will sign her on regardless of how bad she suck. They'll sign her just to suck some more money out of her. We all know how these record labels operate. So, you know, I don't even expect her to do any singing or acting that is worthy of watching or listening to. Because my thing is, you went this long. R. Kelly is in jail, mind you. So she had ample enough opportunity to go home. Because she was all out in the street. all at his place. And he wasn't around. So my thing is, who in the hell else are you trying to blame for you still staying there? Rather, other than money. Other than money. Because that's what the shit really is about. You know what I'm saying? That's what the shit really is about. It's all about money. Typical. That's a goddamn shame. The money's run out, so I'm like, okay. Let's see who else gonna have something to say. This here is a fucking joke. The whole documentary was a fucking joke. I can't think of the broad name. Sparkle. Okay. I think she was supposed to have came out with an album. How'd that shit turn out? Look, I'll be the first one to tell you I haven't heard jack shit about her album. I haven't heard none of that shit. None at all. So it was like, you talking about you coming out with an album, but it's like Sparkle's career is shot to shit. It's shot to shit. You know, females like that just need to, you know, females like that, I can't respect them. You know, you put your niece's life in danger, possibly. I don't know. But you put your daughter's, your niece's life in danger just so you could try and utilize it later as a fucking come up. I don't respect Sparkle for that. Sparkle is a trashy, you know, she's a busted ass female, man. She's one of those type of females that she do you dirty and then she smile in everybody else's face. And I believe karma is a motherfucker. So, you know, with Sparkle, she's going to get her shit. She is. And any of those females that got involved with that whole documentary, they getting theirs. You know, karma is a motherfucker. And when that bitch bite back, you ain't gonna have nobody else to blame it on. But Jocelyn Savage is, I won't even lie to y'all, Jocelyn Savage is a goddamn embarrassment. I mean, shit, she ain't have no input, no communication. You know, she ain't have no communication with her family, allegedly. So let us not get caught up, let us not get caught up in all of that bullshit, man. I was like, damn, you want people to empathize with you, but it's like you want people to empathize with you and believe your story, but the only way they can hear your story is they got to pay for it. I'm starting to see why black folks and niggas aren't getting things that they know that they're entitled to. I can see why a lot of us are not taken seriously, because we purposely do fuck shit to each other and act like the shit is okay. We act as though there's nothing wrong with it. I understand. We don't understand the seriousness of rape, of sexual abuse. As men, some of us, we really don't understand the seriousness of it. And, I'm willing to say that because it's, I'm willing to learn, I'm willing to learn, and I'm willing to see it, try and see it from a woman's point of view. But also what a lot of black women, black females, I take that back. What a lot of black females fail to understand is when you make allegations of being sexually assaulted or abused, and that allegation is against us, you don't understand the seriousness of this shit. You don't. I don't think you do. I don't think you do unless you've had a son, a brother, uncle, or a close friend or relative that has been subject to being falsely accused of committing some sort of sexual act or sexual harassment, being slapped in their face. They're being accused of this and it wasn't true. A lot of you really and truly don't understand that. Guess what? You're suffering in certain areas and you express that. We're suffering in certain areas, but the only difference is when we're trying to be vocal about it, it seems to fall on deaf ears. It's like, we ain't trying to hear that. We ain't trying to hear that. It's like, how the fuck? You want us to take what you're feeling and what you're faced with into consideration, but you're not willing to take what we're dealing with into consideration. I was like, and this is another reason why we can't build. We can't come together. We can't work together on shit because everybody wants to just be, everybody wants to just be separate. And this is the issue. We can't be separate and build on shit. We can't be divided amongst our own people and then expect someone else to what? To come in, to save us, to fix our issues that a lot of times they can't even relate because they've never even experienced it. A lot of times they're not black. They are not melanated like us. So a lot of them, I don't care what the fuck they say. I don't care if they were raised in the trailer parks and raised in the hood. If you're not melanated, I'm just going to be upfront. If you're not melanated, you don't know our struggle. Just because you open up a book or you listen to a couple of videos, you don't know exactly what we're faced with and how it remotely affects us. You don't. You don't. And, it is disgusting, man. It is disgusting. I've been accused of sexual misconduct. I was like, really? I was like, oh, okay. I was like, you better make sure it stick. You better make sure it stick. Because I got some sisters that know how I move. They know how I operate. If I end up going to jail on some false fucking allegations, my sister's gonna find you. Just plain and simple. My sister's gonna find you. My cousin most definitely gonna find you. It's like, don't do that shit. Because the way the system is, the system looks for avenues to lock us up. So you can make a false claim, and guess what? They'll come after us. Whether it's, regardless of if there's evidence proving that there's no way that I did this. She's saying I did. She said I sexually assaulted her or I raped her. I was like, how? When? I was like, oh, okay, she clean over in another fucking state. How in the hell? And I'm here on that damn day. Or I'm working on this day. How in the hell is she gonna say I did this? Or moreover, it was consensual. Now this is like a slippery slope. And this is why some guys need to they need to reevaluate the type of females that they fuck around with, they get involved with. Stop messing around with these underage girls. First and foremost, if the chick is under the age of 18, nigga, get away from her. Get away from her. Even, I understand there are some women, hell, there are some females that look like grown-ass women. But guess what? Still, yeah, you got to check them. You got to find out how old they really are. Get around some damn friends and find out. How old is she? Like, really? How old is she? Stop messing around with these young, hot and ass little ass girls. That shit kind of bothered me because the one chick was like, these girls ain't hot in their ass and this, that, and the fifth. It's these boys. I was like, well, shit, that's the thing. These boys can't do shit to them unless they open their legs, right? Oh, okay. Fuck that shit. Kiss my ass, man. Leave me alone with that bullshit that you saying. Talking about, well, it's the girls not hot. Yeah, they is. A lot of these young ass girls, I'm like, shit. A lot of these girls that are under the age of 17, if you go to their Instagram page, and a lot of them, they like to keep their shit private because they already know mom or dad or an elder might see the shit and bring that shit to head. These hot ass girls getting out here twerking and shit, they twerk better than they read. You got some of these girls out here, they twerk, they twerk and carry themselves as if they are already a mature ass female. Doing all this extra shit. Like, that shit is not like, come on, man. Like, really? And the sad part about it is you have allegedly grown females that co-sign with this shit. You got some grown females that are co-signing with the shit. Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's just, she's expressing herself. And turn around and end up like this chick, Jocelyn Savage. Going around being involved with a guy that's, damn near twice her fucking age, or is twice her fucking age. I'm like, come on now. You know, I'm just like, shit. Just because these females were young does not exclude them from being naive. You know, it does not exclude them from knowing right from wrong. I should say that. Because if you know right from wrong, if you know if you put your hand on a hot stove, you're going to get burned, then it's no different than, you know, this guy is older than you and you're underage. Why in the fuck are you going to go and be involved with a guy who's older than you? And then when you get caught up in the shit, you want to say, well, I was a victim. No, that's not being accountable, babe. That's not. And if you're not willing to be accountable for yourself and your involvement, then when you do become a woman, you're still not going to be able to be accountable for your actions. You're not. Because the first thing you're going to do is turn around and blame somebody else for your fuck up, for something that you consciously did. Now, this is the topic. This is the part in the conversation where a lot of motherfuckers get in their feelings because they don't want to hear it. And I'll say it again. You know right from wrong, okay? Regardless, I don't care if you're 16, 15, 14 years old. You know, a lot of these girls out here, they hot as fuck. They just hot. They sexually active. You talking about it's the boys. Yeah, of course the boys. Hey, I can admit. Yeah, a lot of boys are sexually active. They are. Because of what they see on TV. No different than the young black females. They watching too much TV. They watching videos and shit, and they start learning how to do shit that, that really they shouldn't even be doing. Sometimes that involves, sometimes that shit involves the mom. Because the mom thinks, oh, that shit's cute, or ain't nothing wrong with that. Oh, she 8 years old. She twerking. 8 years old, and your daughter twerking. Knowing good and damn well, if the father is around, the father gonna break that shit up. We're not even going for it. We're really not. We're not going for that shit. What the fuck you mean? Why is she over here twerking? And why are you allowing that shit? I need to slap the fuck out of you. Because then when she get older, she's going to feel that she can still do the same shit. You're not even trying to be a real woman. You're not even trying to be a mature woman and teach her, yo, you need to learn, you need to get yourself more familiarized with engineering. Why don't you, besides twerking, why don't you twerk on this goddamn book? Why don't you learn this damn book? Why don't you learn how to balance a checkbook? Why don't you learn how to go in depth and learn what your lineage is? How about that? How about we turn off the fucking TV and turn off the damn radio and let me show you exactly how a woman should carry herself? No, we don't have that. We don't. Social media, especially Instagram, is at the top of that goddamn list. Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. These are like three of the main social media sites that will allow an underage girl to be hot ass and nobody's there to really and truly hold them accountable. There's no one really there to say, to come out and say, yo, stop doing this fuck shit. But then when they get older, they can't process why guys approach them and always want to, have sex with them. Like, why? I was like, because of how you present yourself. I'm like, come on, man. We can't sugarcoat shit all the fucking time, man. Like, you fucking kidding me? Fuck out of here, man. But once again, look, I'm not even going to put up the link for Jocelyn Savage Patreon account to where you can go and read that. Look, I wouldn't even dare. I would rather post something that is more influential and that you can actually use. You can learn from it. You can implement it in such a way that it's going to help you. Reading paying for a fucking probably a flaky ass story and being suckered out of your hard-earned money to read a fucking story that probably doesn't correlate with any of the other situations or allegations, I should say. It doesn't make any sense. Just another means of trying to get money from somewhere, from someone. That's a goddamn shame, man. This girl, all of a sudden, she want to come out with the truth. I was like, really? And you had ample enough time? You can't blame shit on R. Kelly now. Because the man's been locked up for how long? Over 2 months? Oh, okay. So he's been locked up for over 2 months. Jocelyn Savage has been all over the place. Free. Roaming free. Nobody's cuffing her or anything. But every time you look up, she out somewhere looking glam. Looking glam for the camera. Pretty sure she out spending money. Because, as far as I'm concerned, I'm like, what the fuck she doing? They said she's a singer and an actress. I'm like, okay, where is she acting at? Where the fuck she singing at? I don't see the shit. I don't even hear about it. Am I going to look into it? Fuck no. I'm like, damn, you got your damn parents up here crying about they haven't seen you. Why don't you go see your goddamn parents? But again, this right here, unraveling at the time that it is something else going on in the background that we are totally naive to. It's something else going on. I guarantee you. It's going to show up now, or it's going to show up a little bit later after it's already said and done. And we're just going to be sitting here once again dumbfounded like, when did this happen? During the time y'all motherfuckers going over there to Patreon to pay for Jocelyn Savage story. But stay tuned. I know it's going to be more. I know. I'm pretty damn sure of it. But in the meantime, in between time, I appreciate you all stopping through, to listen in. Leave your comments below. And we'll chop it up later. All right. One love.